You can do cross-chain as well. So you can go from 3 different tokens into 2 different tokens as well for an intent solver. Literally is no other place in crypto that can do this today. Yeah, quick intro. Before I jump in, I'm Calum. Worked for the largest crypto firm in Australia called Berachain Australia. Our team ranked #1 for volume on Binance for over 2 years before TradFi entered the space. So we got a ton of experience when it comes to on-chain strategies. We wanted to deploy our strategies on-chain, and the infrastructure just wasn't existing, essentially. We looked high and low. We couldn't find a good place to use, so we ended up building it ourselves. And yeah, I will give you a quick little demo of what I mean. So Haiku in itself, there's two different layers, I would say. We're building the first outcome as a service middleware. What that essentially means is we're changing the way people, can interact on chain. Now we want to bring it back to TradFi, where you would essentially call up a broker and you'd be like, short Tesla, and they'll handle the execution for you. So for us, you can essentially do things like hedge your exposure. You can choose to yield farm in the top 10 highest earning yield vaults or whatever, all through natural language, and we can execute that for you on your behalf. We still have a classic view as well. It's quite elegant, I would say. It's the first intent solver in crypto that you can use any asset class and multiple assets as well. So for instance, we're on 7 different chains, all EVM, Hyperliquid, Ethereum, all the major ones. You can do multi-tokens if you want. You can go into lending, borrowing, pools, vaults, shows your APY as well, whatever you want to choose. You can do cross-chain as well. So you can go from 3 different tokens into 2 different tokens as well for an intent solver. Literally is no other place in crypto that can do this today. How we can do it is because we built our own black box intent solver, essentially. It's a convex optimizer that mathematically solves this routing for the user. It's extremely hard, a lot of complex math, but essentially that allows us to do far more primitives than anybody else today. But what I think is more interesting, especially because I know there's many people that are going to be pitching. So let's just go straight into the agent itself. If you're a user, you want to get into crypto, you have no idea what you're doing, right? So, but maybe you understand what you want to do. Maybe you want to maximize my yield by lending all of my base stablecoins on Arbitrum. Now, this is a prototype. In reality as well, this is just like a marketing thing for us. We want to offer our API to others and for them to build this out. But this is a good example of what we can do. So the AI in itself, it understands what your starting position is and then what your end goal is. And then we feed that into our intent solver, and then that executes it. So in this example, it understood what stablecoins on base are. This is what I have in my portfolio. And then your end goal. So both actually have 4%, funnily enough, and would have added liquidity on a lending protocol, on Aave, on another chain. It would have found the most optimum bridging path to use. It would have looked at all of the DEXs to swap the token if it needed to. It doesn't in this situation. And then it would have added the liquidity. Far, far more complex than any other intent solver today. Far more complex than like Wayfinder, HeyAnon, and all of the other AI tools currently, because they all rely on a language-based model to come up with this pathing. We essentially use an intent solver. I'll do one other example just because, I don't want to use up too much time. What's a complex one? So we can go swap my USDC to all the top 3 Kodiak POL vaults by APR. So this in itself is quite complex. It's finding all of the different vaults on Kodiak, looking at the APRs, and then, looking at your starting position. Because I said USDC and I didn't specify a chain, it perceives it's going to be using Berachain, hence why it's, because we're swapping onto Berachain ones. You can see the APY here, 340%, 8,000%, 81% there. Currently, it's only coming up with an error code because this isn't a 7702 wallet. You need MetaMask. I actually don't use MetaMask. And really quickly, actually, I'll use this one as my last example. So liquidate all my positions on Berachain to USDC. We can even use any language as well. So Chinese, if anyone can read that, I'm assuming it says liquidate all my positions on Berachain into USDC. So it really is a good gateway into crypto. From any background around the world, you hear something on Twitter that you want to do, just type it to us and we can execute in the most efficient manner. Doesn't matter if it's tokens, if it's pools, if it's vaults, we unstake it, we swap it, we bridge it, we lend it all for you. So happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Calum. Bold statement when you say that nobody else can do this. That's you seem pretty confident in that. I'm curious to hear from anybody if they want to challenge that statement. But also, how easy is the integration? Like, so if somebody wants to use it for their application, how easy is it to integrate Haiku?
It's actually easier. It's actually a really good question, actually. So it's easier than, like, say, Li-Fi or other alternatives, who obviously do like a fraction of what we do. Because to integrate us, we only need to know what your starting position is and your ending position, okay? So it's just 2 lines of code. We find out what you want to do and what you want to achieve, and that's all you need to do to integrate with us. We abstract away the bridges, the DEXs, the protocols. You don't need to worry about integrations with any of them. We handle all of that for you. So it's actually a lot quicker to integrate us.
Okay, and I think, Angela, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just curious about, I know you said this is a demo, so is it really as quick as most of these are and as it shows here, speed-wise, in making the transactions?
Let me show you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No worries. So what we're going to do a 2-token swap and bridge and then buy Bera. So this is currently calculating the most efficient path. We'll go sign this, confirm. I'm not sure if you can see the pop-up, but I'm just agreeing with the approval amount. Transaction complete. And now I will sign the actual execution. Transaction complete. And it should already be done. So if we look at our transactions here, we'll give it a second actually. You can see here that I received my Bera already done in 2 seconds. So yeah, awesome. It's very fast.
Thank you for that.
No worries. And this is, literally finding the best bridge, the best way to swap all for you. And if you're an API user as well, it's even faster, which is our goal, to integrate other DeFi projects, asset managers, traditional finance portfolio managers or whatever.
Can you mirror like wallets, like whale wallets? Like, hey, mirror like somebody's, a whale and whatever trades they do, either meme tokens or certain whitelist tokens that you tell it to.
Yeah, we have been actually requested that one previously. So you can't currently. It is a good question. There's actually, this opens up a lot of different use cases, right? So it does take us a little bit to integrate them all. But that does come to our RAG modeling, which just means, if we feed it additional data, like our first one was feeding APY data and then opens up all those verticals and different execution strategies. So that's another data point that we can integrate, and then we can get that live and then do different trades according to that as well. So it is possible. We don't have it integrated yet. But also, in the future as well, we're doing if-then trades. So sort of similar, like if MACD turns bullish on Bitcoin, then buy the top 3 trending meme coins on Berachain or something, for instance. And that'll be put in place for 30 days. And then another thing on our roadmap as well, we're doing real world assets next. should be in beta next week, and you'll be able to be like swap my dust into an Amazon gift card or pay for my flight, whatever. So we've already got the commercial deal ready to go. We just got to finish the implementation for that one.